Hi everyone, welcome to the Small Business Interview. Today I have with me Chef Andy, who's the creator and founder of Kaleis Kitchenette. Some of you guys know him. They're delivering around the area. They are a catering service bringing authentic Pacific Rim cuisine to social, corporate, and wedding events in San Diego area. Right now they're just delivering. So thanks, Chef, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So why don't you tell me the story behind Kaleis Kitchenette?
So basically, Kalei's Kitchenette is my daughter's name. We named our business under her because it's so unique and it's more like where I grew up from Hawaii, from Maui. So we kind of intertwined with Pacific Rim cuisine and our name into it. So that's how we came up with the name Kalei's Kitchenette.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, that's it. So you named it after your daughter.
Yes,
I was wondering about. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And you said you grew up in Hawaii, right?
yes, yes, in Hawaii, Maui, Hawaii.
So a lot of these recipes are like very authentic and family recipes that you.
Family recipes and also more of like what we do back home when we barbecue and what kind of food we also do and cook back home. So
That's amazing. That's cool that you can bring it here to the States,
yeah.
to California, mainland.
Hmm.
Is is your business still active? So and what effect is COVID-19 having on your business?
So right now we usually do a lot of catering, but we're on hold due to COVID-19. But we change our business perspective by doing frozen pack on uncooked meat, marinated meats, and we deliver it all over San Diego County. So that's what we're doing right now in effect of this pandemic that's happening. Because before this pandemic happened, we used to do a lot of the cafeterias all over San Diego. So for example, Qualcomm, Intuit, and all of that. So right now, since that stopped, we're just preparing, just doing frozen delivery food, unpacked, cooked, uncooked, sorry, marinated meat. So that's what we're doing right now.
So are you seeing some good sales online? I'm on your website and I'm just going to show people how to get down to the new prepackaged things, which is such a good idea. Um, it's down here. You guys seeing some sales in this?
Yes, actually, the first week I started this, I usually deliver the first week I started is twice a week delivery. So I hit like 7 to 8 deliveries on the first week. So I told my wife like, hey, let's just change it up to once a week delivery, which is we started it and boom, it hit like 12 to 15 deliveries in 1 week. So I'm kind of like happy about it. And I think this is more convenient since this is pandemic is happening. It's more convenient for the consumer. It's more for me to deliver to their home. They don't need to go out to wear mask or anything else, and it's more like pre-portioned packed too. So basically, my story behind it is they don't like the uncooked frozen meat. They don't need to cook it right away. They can just put it back in the freezer, and then when they're ready to eat it or ready to cook it, they can just pull it out of the freezer and cook it. Versus the cooked meal, it's more hard because once it's cooked, you need to eat it or store it right away, and the integrity and the flavor kind of like loses out if you don't eat it right away. So that's my story behind doing this frozen meats.
It's a really good idea. It's like you're taking food and making it like good food and making it convenient without making it like convenience food, like
Yeah.
ramen and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's super easy to prepare it. And looks like here, you guys have the call text number, and you
Mhm.
guys order for Wednesday weekly delivery. It's got your chicken on here, two types of chicken, beef, and this lumpy, which is Filipino egg roll.
Yes, it's so it's pretty much a Filipino egg roll. Um, you see it at the supermarket and all of that. So basically, it's kind of comfort food to back home. So we started selling that also.
And you also have cooking instructions down here, that and and it's so easy to make. And in fact, I'll share a video of how to prepare it.
Hmm.
Go to it right now.
So this is actually the beef teriyaki that,
So
uh,
this is beef teriyaki right here. I see it. Cool.
yeah. So you see how it's evenly marinated, and flat top or any cooking like wok or pan is good to do that.
That's super easy.
Yes.
You just dump and cook.
Yes. So it's much easier also, when you cook it at home too. And the cooking instruction makes it way easier to just follow it versus them thinking about how to cook it or the ways on how to do it and all of that. So it,
Yeah, I mean, you almost don't really need instructions. Like it
yeah.
just you just like literally just take it out, right? But I mean, of course, you thaw it out, and
Mhm.
then cook it. It's great that you could store it in the freezer.
Yeah.
How long would you be to store it in the freezer for?
You can store it for a while in the freezer. I would say probably like 5 months or so, but again, we cryovac it, we seal it properly, and that like keeps it from getting freezer burn or any air going inside that might taste like funky later on when you open the bag. So that's the reason behind it. We didn't want to use Ziploc bags or any other kind of containers, so we went to that route of cryovacking it so that way the taste is still there and the moisture and everything is in there.
Yeah, you don't get those weird freezer burnt like ice crystals. Like I hate those.
Yes.
Hate seeing them. They're so annoying.
Yes, you don't get those, and it tastes different too when it's uh, properly sealed versus just Ziploc bag and all of that. So it has the different taste of it. So
Yeah, it preserves it, and your meat's marinated too, so it saves people a lot of time making their own marinade.
hmm
And it's yeah, and the flavor's just all in there. So I feel like that's very appealing. I mean, the hard part's solved already, basically.
yes, exactly, and it's more convenient too. It's more easier, for people right now with this thing going on for them to just like, okay, what is for the meal for today or tomorrow? Then there you have it. If they bought a bunch of it, then they can just pull it out of the freezer and let it thaw out or whatever and cook it, and they have meals for the day or for the week, in fact. So
If this continues longer, or if sales continue to increase, do you plan to have more prepackaged items?
yes, I would definitely start doing more prepackaged item, and it's more convenient. That's what I look at it as well.
And I know you do a lot of catering, like you bring food. You did a lot of social events. As we try to go back to normal, do you think there'll be any changes that we've picked up that will last throughout the way you do business in the future, like changes in catering and
It really depends on the people or just in general the public on how we adapt to things. So we might not be in the same format like before, like how I do events. Probably they just limit like how many people can go in through the events, like or probably like catering events. Probably there's like so much amount of people that can do going in there, that catering and all of that. And, probably on a buffet setup, it's going to be different. They're probably going to be all sneeze guard around it or who knows, but And I'm gonna think of different ways to recreate or just being proactive about this pandemic happening right now. So
Yeah, yeah, it is definitely catching a lot of people off guard. So I guess many of us are just kind of rolling with it.
exactly. And we just gotta put our thinking hat on and just click those light bulb on, and we just need to learn to adapt and to changes right now. It's not gonna. I don't think it might go back to normal. If it does go back to normal, it's probably gonna be like later on when they have vaccines or something to prevent this. But for now, I'm just being proactive and just rethinking of how to do things around food. So
Yeah, trying to do it uh, in the most cautious and safe way where everyone feels comfortable.
exactly.
Um, what so I guess in terms of like preparation, the what's something you personally like to prepare food wise? You have a favorite dish, and what do you like to eat, or what are you eating at home during shelter in place?
I actually, it's so funny, like with this whole sheltered in place, I got to create so many good food at home, and my family were like, "Wow, why didn't you just had this before?" And I'm like, "I don't know, because I didn't have time before, but now I have so much time in my hand that, I started creating like my own sauces and my own recipe, and looking at my old cookbooks, and like I started just doing different types of soups and sauces, and fish. Fish is the most popular thing, or the most that's what I love to eat the most is fish, because I grew up in Hawaii, so we have a lot of fish, and raw fish too, like ahi poke and all of that. So
Oh yeah, I love raw fish. I love poke.
yeah, definitely.
You think any of the things that you're like, since you're kind of being a bit more creative now, with like with sauces, do you think you would be like bottling any of that to sell, or maybe making a whole new menu item?
I think I was thinking of like recreate, like like my marinades, like if I can just I was looking at like manufacturing it or something that, somewhere to just like start selling it in a jar. If I can get it like labeled nutritional fact and all of that, then I can just probably start doing that too. And people can just buy my marinade, and they just can marinate their own meats at home. So something
So
to think about.
that's cool. There's some good things coming out from like home experimentation.
Exactly. Yes. There are a lot of stuff, and I'm looking at doing vegetarian option too, because with the shortage of meat right now, they're having a shortage of meat. So I'm looking at like vegetarian option. What can we sell out there that's easy for them to cook and all of that. So I'm just recreating that and looking at it differently right now. So
So, what about your daughter? What does she like to eat since it's kind of her
but they
favorite food?
like to eat. Actually, we were known for doing chicken wings, because I made my own marinade and batter it, and she loves chicken. So she loves chicken, not necessarily chicken wings, but chicken in general. So that's how we were known here in San Diego too. So yeah, she loves chicken. So our chicken wings is always like the number one seller in our catering menu, and also in events when I do a lot of events and all of
Oh, that's cool.
that. Yes,
There's there's some of her favorite foods in there too.
exactly, exactly.
Well, I mean, thanks for sharing all this information with us. We're looking forward to seeing how everything kind of unfolds for you, and you being innovative with the packaged products. Haven't seen many of that yet. It's a pretty good idea having it be vacuum sealed, um,
Hmm.
and everything. And I guess if we wanted to get any updates from you guys, we would find you on you guys would be updating your social media pages, right?
Yes, and also our website as well. So.
Yep. And there's the website.
Mm-hmm.
And they're on Facebook and Instagram, and I do see a lot of people um, ordering those prepackaged
Yeah.
meats. You're delivering just to the San Diego area.
Of the San Diego area, yeah. And they can also subscribe at our website to just follow us also on Instagram and Facebook, and we always update it there. And if there's something new that I created, then it will pop promptly from there. So, and a lot of the groups that we join on Facebook are in there too. So, all over San Diego area.
Very cool. Yeah, the menu looks really good. I'm looking forward to seeing all the new stuff that you're gonna come out with. And
Yes.
yeah, uh, and yeah, again, thanks for updating us. Thanks for joining, and letting people know what's going on. People have been pretty curious.
And thank you for having me. Hopefully, this helped a lot of the small business owner as well. If that would click on them also, and they can always reach us at the number right there behind, or the website. If my fellow vendors, if they want to talk to us about how we do business and all of that, I'm happy to help everybody else too as well. We're all in it together too. So
Yeah, we are all in it together. The community needs to help each other. So, because that's what the community is. Otherwise, there'll be no community. um,
exactly. Exactly.
well, well, yeah. Thank you again. And if anything comes up, you can reach out to us.
Will do. Thank you so much for having me, and hopefully this thing, really helps everybody else as well.
All right, and thanks everyone for tuning into the interview. And we'll see you next time.